Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to day 3 of E3. We're at the Twitch booth on the event floor. We've had lots of exciting games come through here all week long, and now we're up for another. Please help me welcome Matt, the International Community Manager, Senior Community Manager for Final Fantasy
XIV, A Realm Reborn.
So this is truly a Realm Reborn. We had Final Fantasy XIV.
Yes.
Fans had some opinions, and now you guys have completely revamped the whole system.
Yeah, basically every single thing from the ground up has been redone. So it's been really important to us to really, fix the issues we had the first time and really make everything good by the community.
So what were some of the things you really wanted to focus on when this is the Final Fantasy Online Realm. This is a massive scale MMO. Right. So you guys really had to put a lot of work into this.
Yeah. I mean, one of the most important things was making sure everything was smooth, because originally things were slower. It took a lot of time to do simple things like opening the menu and things like that. And it was really important for us to get those key elements done first and then start rebuilding the entire world. Even the areas are completely redone. The graphics engine's completely redone. So that's just the beginning that we started with, and we went on from there.
So we're going to take a quick look at some of the gameplay here. Tell me, how does this look different from last time? And I know a lot of people have been giving feedback. I don't want to start off on a negative foot, but what were some of the things that they were really kind of bugging out about?
One of the biggest issues in version 1.0, as we call it, is a lot of the lag and a lot of the slow reaction time that your character would have in these kind of high tense, intense battles. Like, this is an example. This is Ifrit, one of our primal, our huge bosses. Final Fantasy fans know Ifrit. And you could challenge him, but it was really tough. You weren't just fighting Ifrit. You were also fighting with the server and the lag and a lot of, just doing simple animations to kind of lock you in place, so that would be really tough. You see these cracks appearing. It was really tough to avoid these. But now with our new system, you can see it. You can get out of the way. It's a lot smoother. It's a lot faster to react now.
So for fans who haven't played the game at all yet, I mean, this is a great time to step in. It's completely refreshed.
Right.
It's refreshed to true gamer desires.
Yep,
so,
exactly.
Fans of MMO, what can they expect to find in here that's going to be familiar to them?
I mean, we have, the classes. People are very familiar with those type of archetypes, like tanks, healers, and damage dealers, and things like that. But we give everything a Final Fantasy spin. It's not just about, here's your tank, and then you move on. We make sure that everything really feels like a Final Fantasy game. Even though it's an online MMO, it's a Final Fantasy game first and foremost.
So I've been dying to know, am I going to meet any of my favorite Final Fantasy characters in here?
We have a few characters. Final Fantasy is known for those huge characters like Sid, who's appeared in every single Final Fantasy ever. So he's there. Our airships, our chocobos, our Moogles are back. Chocobos and Moogles are playing a pretty important role in the new game too.
If my cell phone goes off, it's the Chocobo racing theme.
Nice.
I'm a little proud of that.
But yeah, I know another one of the big things we're going to be doing is focusing on making sure that those Final Fantasy elements are really integrated into the game, making sure that first and foremost, it's a Final Fantasy game. So we're really expanding on the history, because we have 25 years of Final Fantasy history to draw from. It's not like an MMO that's starting from the ground up, has nothing to pull from. As our producer and director, Yoshida, is a huge Final Fantasy fan himself. So one of the things he's doing is he's making sure to pull back a lot of the famous elements, like Final Fantasy VI. They had the big Magitech armor, and so we're bringing that in so people can fight against it and ride it in like a mount. And chocobos, of course. We have a new chocobo companion system where you're going to be able to actually fight alongside your chocobo. So let's say you go outside to fight, you need some heals, and you're like, okay, I don't have anybody around right now, but actually I can bring out my chocobo companion, put them on a healer type, and they can actually cure me and help me out. So it's pretty fun.
That's really cool. So that's an update that you brought from the original 14.
Yeah, that's a brand new thing that we're going to be, we're introducing a new in A Realm Reborn. So it's something that fans, even our old fans, are going to be looking forward to trying out in the new version.
And how much are you going to be expanding this game once you release 14?
Oh, man. MMOs, those are never done. A console game, it's like, okay, we're working towards the ship date. Once the ship date's out, maybe there's a last-minute patch, or there's one DLC or something. But MMOs are never done. We're going to keep going forever. It's, it's so crazy. It's like we're already planning out. Yoshida's already talking about things that he's a year out. So we're planning major content patches and expansions.
So you guys basically exist within this world
at
all times.
You'll live there. You'll have a home. You'll have a housing. We have making everything really comfortable for the player to be right at home within the game.
So we're still taking a look at this battle here.
Yeah, so we're trying out different angles and seeing how different classes. So basically, it's the same Ifrit battle from different class perspectives. Right now, we're looking at our Conjurer. They're kind of staying back. They're the healer. They're staying back and making sure that they're keeping the tank, HP's full. And if you take a look in the top left corner of the screen, you'll see the limit break gauge. And Final Fantasy fans will know limit
Excellent.
breaks from Final Fantasy VII. And FF7, you had a limit break. Your party, each character had their own set limit breaks. But the cool thing about what we're doing in A Realm Reborn is your limit break is actually a party limit break. And the neat thing about it, there's different levels, and it depends, the effect that you get actually depends on which class uses it. So for example, let's say our Conjurer sees, hey, our limit break is ready, everybody's HP is really low. If I could hit that last minute limit break and do a huge cure, it'll really help us out. So it's kind of cool to see it's glowing now. So it's really all about what do we need at the time. It's not like you plan out ahead of time, like, okay, healer, you're going to do this. Tank, if we needed this, they'll do this. It's all about on-the-fly reactions and seeing how it goes from there.
Now, what's the in-game economy like? And did that experience an update also here?
Yeah, we have a whole new system, the way we're selling things. We have this system called the Retainers. Basically, helpers, I guess you would call them, that would sell your wares for you while you're offline.
Nice.
So they'll you'll be handling those again. They'll be selling for you, and they can actually buy stuff for you too as well. So it's pretty neat.
So when you want to address Final Fantasy fans here, how are you going to get them on board? Because I play the one-off games. I'm a big 7 fan. I'm a big 8 fan, 10. But I'm having trouble gearing up for another MMO.
I hear you. Well, like I said earlier, it's really important to bring in the Final Fantasy elements into the game, because that's how Final Fantasy fans feel comfortable. They know these type of worlds. They know these type of experiences. So it's really important to us to make sure that they understand that, hey, while this is an online game, it's still your familiar Final Fantasy thing, and it's really important. And one of the things that we did even on the PlayStation 3 version, which is launching at the same time, we made sure we spent a lot of time to make sure the gamepad mode was perfect. Because, keyboard and mouse people on MMOs, they know how to play, they're set, they know what to do. But RPG fans on consoles, they're the exact same way. They know how to play an RPG. They know how to react just as fast as an MMO keyboard and mouse person. So we made sure we made it really clear and really smooth and easy to use.
All right. Well, my one last question here is about PvP. Did PvP take a big update here?
We are introducing PvP now in A Realm Reborn.
I'm
it's
so
going to be
excited.
Our producer and director, Yoshida, he's a huge PvP fan. Like, that was, I think, one of his first thoughts when he first joined the team. He was like, you know what, we need PvP. He was already thinking, he's like, I like to choose the small class, the Lalafels. He's like, I like to hide behind things in PvP and like ambush people with big, magic attacks and things like that. So he's been planning PvP for quite a while, and one of the keys to rebuilding the game was making sure that the environment supports, very fast action PvP. You can't have any of that slow down or that lag or anything like that. So that's super important. And he's really making sure that, PvP is going to be really fun. It's going to be the first Final Fantasy game with, PvP with other players.
I cannot wait. That might be the information that sold me on this game.
That's good.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Matt, for talking to us.
I'm glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
Final Fantasy 14, A Realm Reborn, completely updated, revamped for you guys. We got lots more games coming. Stay tuned.